Minister, every child in this country deserves and should be provided with an appropriate school place in their community. However, that's not what is happening. There are children in different parts of this country who are faced with having to travel far outside of their community for a school place, either primary or secondary, or in even some extreme circumstances faced only with the choice of being home tutored. I'll have specific examples to give,
Minister,
but
please.
we need action
Thank
on
you,
this.
Deputy Minister.
Thanks very much. While some applications may not yet have received, or where some applicants may not yet have received an offer of a school place for the 2024-25 school year, I do want to assure families and all children who require a school place that it will be provided for them for the 24-25 school year. And I don't for 1 minute underestimate the challenges for families and the stress for families, but we are clear that for the 24-25 school year, the positions will be made available for students. Since 2020, the Department has invested in the region of €4.3 billion in our schools throughout the country, including the completion of over 800 school building projects, with construction currently underway at approximately 300 projects, which includes 34 new school buildings. It is an absolute priority of the Department to ensure that every child in the state has access to a school place that is appropriate to their needs, and we are continually investing in existing and new schools to ensure that this is the case. Testament to this is that in response to demographic growth at post-primary level, school building projects completed in 2023 delivered over 7,000 additional mainstream post-primary school places. School building projects at construction involve an overall state investment of over €1.2 billion. We also have a large modular accommodation programme delivering urgently needed school places. This is a record level of investment in our schools and highlights the Government's very strong track record of delivery in providing additional capacity and modern facilities for school communities. This capital investment is underpinned by a robust school planning approach that uses a geographical information system to anticipate school place demand. Information from a range of sources, including child benefit data, school enrolment data, and information on residential development activity, is utilised for this purpose. Additionally, Project Ireland 2040 population and housing targets inform the Department's projections of school place requirements. There are 1 million learners across 4,000 primary and post-primary schools presently. Growth in post-primary enrolments is projected to continue in many parts of the country based on primary level enrolments. In addition, due to strong residential construction and planning activity, we can expect to see increasing demand in particular towns and areas.
Thank you, Minister. The balance of the reply will be included in the record. Deputy Murphy.
So, Minister, you said there that every child will get an appropriate school place. So are you saying to the parents in Citywest, many of whom have contacted me saying that they don't have primary school places for their children, you're saying they're going to get places for their children in Citywest? Because at the moment they're being told, one for example was told by a principal that her daughter could do another year in preschool and reapply next year because the schools are all oversubscribed, she's far down on the waiting list. Another parent explained to me how the only alternative they're currently faced with is putting them down, is going to school in British, which will actually mean her husband having to give up work in order to be able to drop the daughter to British. Are you saying to me you're going to ensure that these families will have appropriate primary school places for their children in Citywest?
Thank you, Deputy Minister.
Thanks very much, Deputy. I am clearly saying to you that if you have specific cases that you need to bring to the attention of the Department, I would be very happy to deal with those specific cases that you bring to our attention. We are hugely committed within the Department, whether it's at primary or post-primary level, to ensure that every child does have an appropriate place for the 24-25 school year. For example, even in the special education provision, we're equally determined to ensure that every child has a place that's appropriate to their need. And indeed, we have the NCSE would tell us that we have successfully achieved that for the 23-24 school year. So I am saying to you, we have invested a considerable amount of money to this point. We've completed more than 800 projects in the lifetime of this government currently. There are 300 projects at various stages of construction presently, and we will continue to engage with school patrons, with management bodies, with schools on the ground, and indeed if you have specific queries that you want to bring to my attention, I will ensure that we follow up on them.
Thanks. Thanks, Minister. Yeah, I will send on details of these various families in Citywest. I mean, Citywest, I think, is a very good example. The fact that we're at this stage, I hope that by September we're going to be in a situation where everyone has an appropriate place in Citywest. But the fact that we're at this point now is a reflection of a lack of planning. I mean, Citywest must be one of the fastest growing in terms of population areas in the country. You just have development after development after development growing up, and it has been done in a way that is like developer-led planning. Most of it's been done through SHDs without community infrastructure, but also clearly without planning by the Department of Education to say clearly we're going to have a bulge in terms of children here. We're going to need places, and we're going to have those places ready and able to go. So there has been an absence of planning up to this point. That means we're in a bit of a crisis situation. So the department needs to intervene to ensure that the places are there.
Please to conclude.
Much. I want to be very clear. The department has considerable forward planning in place. We have a geographical information system which allows us to look at current data and projected data going forward. We engage with local authorities, we engage with school patrons, management bodies, and we are consistently planning forward. You can see that in terms, as I've already said, the 300 projects that are currently under construction, and that includes brand new schools, that includes additional accommodation, and more than 800 school building projects have been provided for over these past number of years since the present government was installed. There is absolutely no doubt that we can say that €4.3 billion has been expended on school building programmes. And equally want to say that we will continue to engage. I have engaged myself directly with local authorities, as indeed have my officials, the LDA, whoever we need to engage with, we engage. And it is a fact that there is a significant amount of housing being provided for presently, and obviously where housing goes, education must also go.
Thank you, Minister.
And we are in the throes of ensuring that that's the case.
Deputy Secretary Clark.